What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, The Kush Concierge, something for the people, where the evolved hustlers come to learn about astrology, tarot, hoodoo, culture, and everything in between. So, as you know, last week, if you haven't tapped in, we are in the redemption phase of the 4 quarters of impact. Now, with that being said, at this particular point, we were working on shadow work, shedding, and releasing things that no longer served us. So, if you didn't get the last little shake off, don't beat yourself up. You still have until the 9th for the new moon in Aquarius. So, we really want to work diligently from now until the 9th to really get into flow with not implementing certain parts of like our lifestyle that we don't want to see come with us in this next phase. During this next 41 days of identity shift, which is we're going to start on Lent, which is the 14th of February. So we're going to do 41 days. Lent is 40. You're going to pull an extra day to really shift your identity and your business and brand or your purpose. You might not be building a brand. You might just be shifting yourself in a purposeful way. So this is about the hustlers. But, if you're here and you simply just want to join in to shift your purpose, refine a bit, then hey, this is going to work somewhat for you too. But I have to say the focus will be a little bit more on brand building and shifting. And like I said, the aspect of becoming an evolved hustler, because this Pluto in Aquarius is all about a change of generational shifts and cultures and really just stepping into authenticity. And I have come up with this program that we're all going to do together. And if you would like to have individual one-on-one so we can go through your charts together, you can reach out to me and join the program individually. But we will all do this together, and we will work through it, okay? Period. So this next phase is called the intro. So the intro is going to be based on you learning and dissecting parts of your natal chart this week. And this will allow you to reintroduce yourself to your audience in the next season. So, but before you get into that second quarter, you've got to get the opportunity. You've got to know yourself. You've got to really work and figure out about your past, about who you are, want to pursue culturally. You've got to figure out what your purpose is, what you were sent here to do, and see where you can fit that into your brand, your purpose, like just regular your day-to-day life. I know I keep saying purpose, but it's really important. It's very important. So yeah, that's gonna be a big deal. But before you can do that, you've got to know a little bit about yourself. If you guys haven't joined my Patreon, on there I do have it where you can fill out like a family tree. You can start to get ready to set your altars up. I've got an altar list somewhere further down the line. I might try to repost that this week for you guys as well. So you're going to decide like who you are. We're going to be talking about like indicators, and there is a setup that will follow that I found that I feel like is pretty good. So we're going to tie that in though to, like I said, the birth chart. Now, The first aspect we're going to be looking at for the growth in the shift is going to be the rising sign. So when you pull your chart, if you have not already pulled your chart, you need to do so. Now, whether you want to deal with your sidereal or your tropical, that's totally up to you because the signs do shift. I deal in tropical though. But I did notice when I pulled my sidereal, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Like, even though the signs were different, like personality wise, it was still pretty much the same. So to me, it's all personal, how you want to do it. Now, a free natal chart can be found on Cafe Astrology. That one's pretty good. That's the basic one everybody uses. I don't know if I have never used AstroSeek for my natal chart. I use it more for like planetary alignments and stuff like that, positions, the monthly calendar, for aspects of zodiac signs. I think they do have a birth chart thing on there, but I ain't never used it. But I'm sure it's decent. But I've mostly used Cafe Astrology. That's like a pretty simple, like, starter breakdown. So we're gonna do rising sign, and that is how your audience receives you, or how people receive you in general. So a lot of people look to their sun sign. Like, people be like, since it's Aquarius season, I'll say it's Aquarius. Okay, so people like, oh, I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius. That's all you hear them talk about. However, what's really, while your sun sign does count, the real deal when you look to grow and expand and really evolve is going to be your rising. So learn the sign. What, like, your ascendant is your first house. You need to know the planet. You need to know aspects of that planet. You need to know the characteristics of that sign and see how that ties into yourself. See how that ties into how you handle things and, your demeanor in general. And that's because this is who you shifting into. This is who you are from this moment forward. And it's not someone you be pretending to be, because at this point you're like no longer indoctrinated. You're no longer a part of the 1-2 step of the matrix. You are being who you are. So now you figure out what that rising sign is. You figure out those qualities and you start to walk in that manner. So that is what we are going to focus on for the very beginning. So we got a little bit to cover this week, because like I said, we only have until I'm really trying to have this portion kind of completed by the 14th, all the way through the worksheet that we are going to need, as well as the other planets, possible services you will offer, your Mercury. We're going to explore the 10th house and your North Node as well. So we got quite a bit to cover this week, but we shall do it. But to get you started, we're going to be talking about what your rising sign is. You are going to actually write out your chart, and you need to write out, and I'll do like a demo. I'm gonna write out a demo for y'all. Too, because it can get confusing. It can get real detailed and it can get real confusing. So I'm gonna write out a demo of a chart, but what you need to do is, while you're exploring, you need to write out the chart in columns. You need to write what's what in terms of houses, because we'll be exploring like 4th house, 7th house, the 8th house. We'll be exploring the 10th house. And certain planets that are significant, and what signs are. So you're going to need that written out in a very simplified way so that when you go to reference what you're shifting and what you're doing, it's not hard to find. So I'm going to put something up, like a mock one on Patreon, so y'all can see it and you can kind of know, like a little print off, so you can fill it out and you'll be able to like reference these next like week and a half to see what you need to do, because it's amazing. Like, some stuff you're gonna probably be like, dang, I do act like this, I do move like that. But some shit, I promise you gonna be like, dang, I didn't realize that. And astrology is a journey. It's all about the possibility of the thing. So you are not going to be, it's not usually going to be like one particular thing. You'll have a few, maybe 2 to 3 significant paths you could go down, and you will not have to choose. Like, it's not going to be just like, oh, you're a doctor and that's it. No, you'll have other options, and based on other aspects of your chart, then we'll break down what's going to be the most successful in terms of branding and in terms of being your highest purest self, so you can approach this shit authentically. Because any type of fraudulent behavior, it's gonna be sniffed out, and as you all can tell in the media. So that's not what we trying to be on this season. Like, we ain't trying to be on it. So I've kind of mad scientist this breakdown, and I have all these notebooks of like how you can pinpoint and move about your chart in a way that's authentic and in a way that's most pleasing to you as well. So don't feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna possibly be shifting all the way out. A lot of y'all might not, honestly, because a lot of things I had discovered about myself, and when I started putting the pieces together, I was already kind of leaning towards those things. So it didn't feel like out of place. It didn't feel odd. It didn't feel, didn't feel weird. So I just want you to know that it's not going to be like, for some people it will be now, but for most of us, it's just going to be a little refining here and there, a little guiding in the right direction to really get you on the right track for this identity shift portion. So, yeah, rising sign. We are focusing on the rising sign first and foremost. I will also post the worksheet as well, which is aspects of the identity that you will be working with, to build yourself, so that you can start to do new habits and new things, and you can start to pick up different rituals. And I say rituals, I mean like you might start going to get your nails done every Friday, like, or you might get up and do a workout. That's what I mean. But obviously other rituals too, because we will be putting spirituality also into this. That's why I'm very adamant about people getting familiar with their family trees and their cultures and who you are. So, while I might exclusively speak about hoodoo, you might be into, your family lineage might be into something else. So just keep that in mind as well. But it's going to help you on this journey, because what it's going to do is it's going to root you and it's going to ground you and it's going to make you confident, and you'll know what guides to go to. You'll know who to look for genuinely to help you out, as opposed to like we're escaping the matrix over here, so yeah, I'm trying to push you in the direction that you would authentically go, basically on all levels. But most for it's me and my, what I do, you will hear me speak about hoodoo a lot more. And honestly, as we get deeply in more aspects of it, the more research I've done, voodoo is also something that comes into play because there are certain saints that came from the Catholic Church and more aspects that came from Africa that were adopted into hoodoo. So that's like a whole nother level, but trust, we gonna get into it. And shoot, maybe y'all, decide. Maybe that's a part of who you are. You never know. I don't believe I have people in New Orleans. Honestly, but hey, you might. So that part of the essence might benefit you. Okay. So yeah, chart, rising sign, because it's gonna look like another language to you this week. So we're gonna start off with the rising. You need to get to know yourself. I know. Like, I already know me, but no. The rising, you need to get to know yourself and who you are and what that means. And we'll also go over different aspects of the rising. So I'll be posting about that on social media. And we'll be talking about it on here as well as Patreon. So, yes, that's your homework. Rising chart, and I'll put up the printout where you guys can print this out and write this out easily, so you can always go back and reference, because you are going to need it. Okay, we'll see what else. What else? Oh, okay. So I mentioned earlier the moon is waning crescent today in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about freedom, creativity, finding oneself, spiritual knowledge. It is Sunday, so Sunday being ruled by the sun, discovery, dealing with things that you discovered from the previous weeks that you don't want to deal with no more, and making your plans and your goals and setting your intentions. It is the first Sunday, so y'all make sure y'all have blown y'all salt out with your less dominant hand, blew your cinnamon in with your dominant hand, bringing in prosperity and protection for the remainder of the month. Make sure y'all get y'all cleaning done. You want to cleanse and sage your space though before you do that. So let me back it on. Let me do a quick wraparound. Make sure you clean and sage your space and your tools and stuff before you do that, because you want to make sure you're doing it from a pure place, right? If you already do have an altar, you definitely need to clean your altar off. That can be done tomorrow though too, according to the day of the week. But you might want to go ahead today and switch your water out and, leave a little offer for the week. That's like what I usually like to do. I like to leave my offering out on Sunday and, my fruit out on Sunday or whatever, my meal. And then the next Sunday, I'll dispose at the crossroads, and clean it up and then redo, giving them something fresh for the whole week, basically. But yeah, we'll get into it. So, now that we have the logistics out of the way, for the most part, to get us started, call it the intro, I want to get off into what the ancestors and spirit guides want us to pursue for this week, what we need to know. I'm gonna let me light this incense right quick. Let's get in the mood. Y'all remember when Lil Wayne, if you into old school Lil Wayne mixtapes, when you knew it was finna be good, when he lit the lighter and he just went in. Love it. If you don't know nothing about that, you really need to check that out. That was some of his best work yet. Old school Wayne, shout out. So yeah, when I think of like the intro, I think of all the aspects and layers of who I am. I think of any type of like dark nights of the soul that I went through. Reintroducing myself to me. Who am I? What am I about? What's my purpose? Why do I do this? Why do I move like this? So this is all a part of the intro. So we are going to be asking the ancestors what they want us to know, spirit guides. I'm going to pull from the traditional deck and some oracle. Y'all, I'm going to work hard again. I probably won't run the deck. Sometimes I be compelled to run the deck. It's like, spirit be like, run the deck. It's a story. So, I don't know. We gotta see what's the vibes. Gotta see what's the vibes. Alright. Spirit ancestors, spirit guys. Thank you for a message. Thank you for clarity. Thank you for discernment. And thank you for going ahead and giving us the way. Thank you for the gift. We don't abuse the gift. So let's see what we need to do and what's the tea for this upcoming week. Let's see what you got for us. So we got the Two of Baskets in the reverse for the past energy. We got the Three of Baskets in the reverse for the present. We've got the Word Road Bill card in the upright for the collective energy. We've got the Ten of Sticks for the near future. And we've got the Tower for the overall energy. So I can already see like there is a need to release some things that are holding us back. There is a need to some things are ending, but some lows are being lifted though because they're ending. So I don't think this is like a bad ending in terms of us. I think it's an ending in terms of like you just starting over. Like it's a new timeline. You reached a new timeline. Tell me about the Two of Baskets in reverse, spirit. Yeah, there were some things out of balance. And now, upon reflection, you've realized that some shit just wasn't working. Clarify. Yeah, so now you're stepping into your power. We've got the Mother of Sticks in the upright to clarify that. So it's like you stepping into your power at this point. You realize like some things weren't balanced out. Some things weren't no longer in alignment for you. So now you moving forward. Tell me about the Three of Baskets in the reverse. So there were some people, possibly some energies that were maybe users or greedy. There was a lack of discipline there. And this could have to do, I said that before I even pulled it out, damn, lack of discipline that caused Ten of Baskets in reverse. So that's a lack of stability. So possibly some partnerships just weren't grounded, weren't providing any type of real like push ahead. So at this point, it's like you see that you can't continue to be a part of that. You got the Nine of Baskets here. All about the discipline and the ability to move forward and really just rebuild. And you started from a strong point. It's like because you went from a Ten of Baskets in reverse to a Nine of Baskets. So as soon as you separate yourself, you will be able to pull it back together and start to heal and get on your feet so that you can move forward. Now with this Chariot, you're going to be moving away from a Father of Knives energy. This could be a literal person or just you, personality, quality rise. Someone who is stubborn, You don't want to be a tyrant. You don't want to be in manipulation energy. You don't want to deal with people who are manipulative and stubborn. Yeah, you're going to be taking a leap of faith, the free man. So you'll be taking a leap of faith and moving forward. You see now that that's just not the way to go, character wise, and that's just not the type of energy that you want to be dealing with, period. Okay, tell me about the 10 of sticks. So you will be relieved from any like unnecessary drama, gossip, frenemies type energy. There's a because a 4 of coins popped out with it too, like at the same time. So it's like you're being more conservative. You're deciding to hunt for the right things in this season. Like no more being foolish. You're gambling on things that make sense to you. And that's the reason that those loads, that's the reason the ancestors are here to help. Yeah, now you're moving into security. You're feeling more secure. You're feeling more powerful. You're feeling more assertive. Now let's talk about the big dog here. This big house tower card. Okay, so the tower, we got the 4 of knives in reverse. So if you be stubborn and you don't change, there will be endings. And it'll stop you from moving forward and stop you from moving forward with your vision. 3 of sticks. You need to allow these things to end. You need to allow these cycles to come to a close. Father of baskets in reverse. So you definitely want to get out of being moody, being self-destructive. You want to step into Empress energy here. So it's time to become a leader. It's time to become strong. It's time to become thorough. No more lacking direction. No more continuing to rehash and rethink. No more going round and round and round and round in the same places. Don't self-destruct. It's time for you to step into your light. It's time for you to lead. It's time for you to be strong enough to move forward. We ain't got much time. For real. And I hate to make it seem like you missing the boat, but I mean, in terms of the timelines that we're in for the year, if you if you don't make it to Lent, it's gonna be an interesting year. You're gonna still be learning like the same lessons all year. So this next week and a half is detrimental, honestly, and I hate to sound so dramatical, but that's what's real. This next week and a half is very, very important. Especially that tower card, and you trying to have some type of security, and you're gonna do that by being more assertive, by getting rid of the unnecessary drama and the gossip. Like, that's 3D. Like when they talk in terms of like 3D, 4D, 5D type energy or frequency, that's 3D energy. You know what I'm saying? That's beneath you at this point. That shit's beneath you. You trying to shift, you trying to change. So nah, that's not what we doing. So you got about a week and a half to really start to get in tune. Yeah, deep contemplation, the bottom of the deck, 4 of swords. So yeah, you need to really think deeply. For real. Let me see. Yeah, presently, Queen of Pentacles. What else? Yeah, you are leaving behind. You taking a leap of faith and leaving behind. Yup. It's time to walk away. And it's time for you to not be throwing your money away too. Don't throw your resources. Be very particular about your resources. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, clarify. Yeah, you don't need to be moving in like out of your emotions. Don't allow your emotions to allow you to throw your resources away and keep on going in cycles of like despair. That shit gonna keep you in a mood. It's gonna keep you in a moment. And don't make too many quick moves too. Yeah, be smart, be confident, be focused, be methodical. We've been talking about calculated risk a whole lot lately. Tell me about it. So it's time to get balanced. You don't want to be imbalanced. We got that temperance in reverse. Yeah, keep your emotions in check. Yeah. Keep your emotions in check or you will be out in the motherfucking cold this season. Because they 5 of Pentacles. Wait, no, that's what it is at the bottom of the deck. That's a 5 of Pentacles. You got to keep your emotions in check. Yeah, there's an ending coming though, and it could possibly be for a 10% reverse. Knight of Cups, there's an ending coming here for this energy, the Sagittarius energy. So I'm gonna talk about what we got on the board because I did not run the deck today, and the only reason I didn't run the deck is because I plan on doing the elements. So I might run the. I don't want to get too deep. But just know, overall, you need to stay out your feelings. Allow these things to end. Stay away from overly just emotional people not thinking straight. Confirmation. You need to operate from a very level-headed, balanced point of view. You are thinking about your future. You're thinking about setting the stage. You need to be being real particular about what you put your energy into this week. Let me get some oracle. I'm going to pull exactly 5 oracle. And see, there could also be you're going to be walking away from a lot of people, a lot of energies that don't serve you this week. Moving. And there are some people around you that are going to be experiencing tower moments because they are not emotionally balanced, and that's not going to have anything to do with you. You need to defend your beliefs. You know, you might be feeling called to be more protective of what your thoughts and what you planning on doing. Be careful about providing, though. That came in reverse. Yeah, trust. You need to be more thorough about who you are allowing to provide for you. Yeah, be careful who you trust. Be careful who you provide for. Where you provide them with. It's Taurus energy that we got Scorpio energy on the board. Love. Let's see. It's time for you to adapt and keep certain things to yourself. Stay a mystery. Sacred on the bottom of the deck. So essentially, with the oracle, You might be called to defend what you've decided to do. You might feel like you gotta defend it, but I'm hearing like you gotta waste your energy. You need to stay focused, but be protective of yourself. And you need to be careful who you trust to provide you with information and resources, because sometimes people will do things for you in an effort to hold you back. Not to propel you forward. There are some energies just want to help from the goodness of their heart, but you need to be mindful of people with hidden agendas this week. And you need to love yourself enough to walk away from manipulation, abuse, tyranny, people who don't, really serve you. You need to love yourself, and you need to be strong, and you need to adapt to your circumstances. There's an octopus, and a lot of times octopus, like, if you've ever seen like shows or documentaries about octopus, but like sometimes they change colors, they do all type of things to shift in the environment so they can adapt. So it's just time for you to adapt to this new way, this new identity, this shift that you're doing. It's time to adapt to this week. And there's the Tower card came out twice with this final thing. Like, it's some things that you don't see coming. Tell me about this. I'm finna pull on this. Tell me about this mystery card. What's that all about? Deal in reverse. Oh, you need to be careful of any deals you make this week. Be careful. Don't make no bad deals this week trying to get to the top. 3 of coins, yeah. No. You need to be having high standards. You need to be watching who you get collaboration. Yeah, be mindful of the deals you make, who you decide to collaborate with. I had to pull again for that one. Hold on. Oh, yeah. What this is? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. You're going to have to be careful about who you work with, because if you don't, it's going to be like you're going to be right back in the same boat. What's the song? Yeah, we not finna be messing with no bad energies, trying to get ahead. Sometimes it's best to bet on yourself. Live within your means. Do what you can do. Don't be allowing people to come to you with these deals this week like, oh, this will help you get a little further, a little quicker. Don't fall for it. I tell you, that Tower card came out twice. Nah. Allow these things to end. Confirmation. You got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, don't make no emotional decisions. Stay balanced. Stay focused this week. Go ahead, like whatever you put down on your list of your intentions, whatever you write down this week, you need to be concrete about them. Don't let nobody turn you around from that energy. Don't let it happen. No. Walk away. Be mindful of your partnerships. Hell no. Two sticks. This is all about partnerships. This is all about collaborations. So some peoples, they're going to come to you and they're going to try to get you to work with them. They're going to try to get you to link up. But you need to be being smart. You need to be being particular. Vet, like they say, vet people. Like, I ain't going to say don't work with nobody. I'm going to say vet the appropriate people. Like, don't just accept nobody in just off of word, Make these people work for these positions this season. Don't just allow nobody to come in off their word. That's what I'm feeling. Nah. You want to avoid the unnecessary stress and being wounded and having to work hard, So just make sure you be nitpicky. This ain't the season to just be giving out yourself freely. This ain't the season to be doing it. So, that's what it is. That's the word. Cause what? Alright. Yeah, new beginnings, Ace of Baskets. So it's nothing to worry about. It's just, like I said, vet these people. Stay on your ones and twos. Dot your I's and cross your T's. Don't allow your emotions to lead you. Don't be self-destructive this week. Make those intentions and stick to that shit. Exclusively, right? Period. So that's what we're going to start with it. I'll definitely check back in with you guys tomorrow with another read. And I'm going to get these PDFs posted on Patreon tonight. And if you the wherewithal to do it on your own, you can write it out just a little PDF print. Certain resources and lists will be available to you guys. Like, I'm gonna also put the herbs up too, because I think it's needed. From the Hoodoo Tarot deck, I'm gonna put the herbs up as well. So yeah, y'all. Visuals will be available on social media. If you do need a private appointment, definitely hit me up and I'll be more than happy to be of service. If you would like to walk through the 4 quarters of impact side by side with me and I go through your chart and help you map out your plans, definitely reach out to me and we'll go ahead and get you set up for the program. Other than that, I thank you guys so much. I pray this helps somebody out today and we will most definitely chat soon. Love y'all.